Well, you've also got to understand a lot of financial institutions, a lot of brokerage firms who for many years refused to recommend gold and silver to their clients, but now because of the demand and with ETFs, they can now offer it to their clients. So, I mean, you've also got that aspect that plays into, obviously, the increase in volume on these things.
Well, and I don't have, barely a couple of nickels to rub together, which kind of puts me in the safe zone. But I do know a lot of folks who have lost between $50 and $300,000 or $400,000 in the market in just the last 6 months.
Sure.
And now, they are being steered by Wachovia and whatnot to get into ETFs.
Right. All right. Hey, Doug, good points. Thanks for your call. We'll get a break. We'll be right back. More of your calls to follow. Hang on. On Friday's program, The Web of Debt, this book written by Ellen Hodgson Brown. And this is as thrilling as any Tom Clancy novel, folks, and unfortunately it's just true. As the world was rocked by A Creature from Jekyll Island by Ed Griffin. I guarantee you this is a 550-page book. We're going to interview this lady Friday, so you're going to want to stick around for this one, folks. Just the facts, ma'am. Just get the facts. All right, let's go back to the phone.
Incidentally,
yes.
John,
yes.
She's an attorney, and we pick up all of her releases on her stories in the Forecaster. She's really good.
Yes, she is. This is what I want to do. I'm going to get the best of the best with the clearest and most logical and facts. Yeah, I'll get it out. Fact-based information.
Can I ask Bob a question on ETFs, last one?
How much money you got?
Not much. Most probably we're going to get an announcement tomorrow that Barclays is selling its iShares unit, its most profitable business that it has, which obviously would include SLV and GLD, would it not?
Right, and it'll also have to include a financial statement. And that's going to be proved to be interesting. And, of course, J.P. Morgan Chase and Goldman Sachs are in the front running, but there are some British firms that are in the front running as well. So it'll be interesting to see who gets it. And let's look at the financials.
Okay.
All right. Stuart in Arizona. Thanks for calling in, Stuart. What's on your mind?
Taking my phone call. I've never called into a program before. I've been listening to you for about 2 months.
Then I know this has got to be important. Go ahead.
See, and it's pretty important. For the last 3 weeks, I took all my money out of my accounts, and I took out a little over $500,000. It's taken me 3 weeks of going to probably 20 different branches, and it's been an ordeal. And I'm on I had to fill out, they filled out for me quite a few forms. Every time I would withdraw 20 here or 30,000 here, they would fill out a form. Just wondering where are those forms going. And second thing is,
let's take one question at a time so you don't load us up. Sometimes we forget. We're getting old here. That information is given over to Homeland Security and also FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, because you might have terrorist ties, and they've just got to inspect and detect you to make sure that you're not a terrorist funding Al-Qaeda.
Yeah. Anytime you either deposit or withdraw more than $10,000 in cash, it automatically generates an IRS. I think it's a 1099-B form. Is the form that you have to fill out.
Yeah, just checking to see if you're naughty or nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't wear my turban, so I guess I'm all right.
Well, hey, no, not and Stuart.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm just.
No. I was just going to make the statement. It doesn't matter if you're Al Qaeda or somebody has a Ron Paul bumper sticker on. The maximum law now is, and due process is, that everybody's under suspicion, and you've got to be checked out So the assumption is that you might be guilty of something until we prove that you're not.
Yeah, you just fell under the $10,000 reporting requirement.
Yeah.
You know, I lost 3 times that in the market, and now I want to protect what I have left. And now I'm probably some sort of criminal. The second thing is, if I want to, since I've already gotten this out, and I tell you, when you look at it, it's still ugly. I mean, it's just paper, and I want to convert it over to something else. Are there the same requirements?
Yep, you're in a catch-22 right now, brother.
The difference being...
Well, Robbie, I think I need to come visit you, huh?
Yeah, by the way, let's put out the toll-free number so you can call them, Stuart, 800-691-7898. The difference here is, Stuart, that, well, you were being inspected and detected as you were withdrawing your funds. It may be the same way here with the IRS, but the difference is now you've got a tangible asset. And you know what? Finders, keepers, losers, weepers, they can't find it. You go bury it. You go stick it someplace. That's your wealth. They don't get their hands on it. The mistake that a lot of people are making here with the IRS, and a lot of people have safety deposit boxes. You know, they'll stick their gold or whatever, their valuables in the safe. Guess what? IRS calls up the banks. You're locked down. Your accounts, your boxes, everything is locked out. Always at hand. Your control, not theirs.
You know of any private deposit box places that
in
people
Phoenix?
Can...
Yeah,
in Phoenix?
Yeah, there's places in Phoenix. I believe it's on Thunderbird Road.
I'm going to look that up. I'll Google it.
And I think it's called Battle Mountain Depository.
I'll definitely look that up.
It's actually dug into the hill.
Well, thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Well, Stuart, just remember the number, 800-691-7898, and Robbie's there to help you. All right. We'll break here. Terry, Rodney, Don, Mike, and others, hang on. We got another half hour, a long segment coming up. We're going to roll through your calls. We'll get to all of you, we promise. And we'll give the deal of the day one more shot after this break. Robbie Noel, Bob Chapman, John Statman are back with you in 3. That caller that was calling in from Arizona, I'm sitting here thinking, I would have, if I didn't have a 4-wheel vehicle, I would rent one for a day. I would have a GPS unit. I would drive out, and you're surrounded by deserts out there, which Robbie thinks is absolutely beautiful. But at any rate, I would go out way out in the desert with my GPS unit. I would, next to a landmark of some sort, doesn't have to be big, but I would bury the stuff 3 feet down. And no matter who got shut down, what got, I was watching the stories last year that were going into the safety deposit boxes over in England. Without the people's permission, they were finding out after the fact. You're right, Robbie. Nobody is to be trusted, and I would trust that I would know where my wealth is at, and I could get at it 24 hours a day. By the way, I don't suggest you go out in the desert without your without some protection, because there's all kinds of little critters out there crawling around in the middle of the night. But your choice. But it's just that's what I would do.
Also, let me correct myself.
What's that?
The IRS Form 1099-B is not. The IRS in March of 2008 rescinded that. It's now the FinCEN Form 8300.
What did I just say? Financial Crimes Enforcement Network.
Yeah.
They've been silent for a number of years, but they're lurking in the background under home security, the umbrella of security.
Yeah, and it's a $10,000 reporting requirement. Some people think it's less than that, but it's $10,000. Unless they've changed it since March 2008.
And see, these might be illicit gains off of narco-terrorism, for gosh sake, so the government's got to look at you. Terry in Texas. Hello, Terry. How you doing? Hey, Terry.
I'm doing well. I have many questions, but I will just keep it to 2 questions, one for Robbie and one for Mr. Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie, what do you know about Gold Star Research? And when I ask these questions, I'll list them off here. what do you know about Gold Star Resources? Do you recommend investing in it? What can you tell me one way or another? And Mr. Chapman, I kind of read a lot of your material and Martin Weiss's material, and he's saying short-term as far as access to money and keeping it safe. What's your input on this? He thinks Treasury bills are a good idea. So those are my two questions.